Hey, it sounds like the Secretary of State has had enough with North Korea.
We will implement new country-specific sanctions aimed at North Korea's sale and procurement of arms and related materiel. As long as the North Korean leadership takes a different choice, continuing defiance, provocation, and belligerence, it will continue to suffer the consequences.
It seems Hillary Clinton is sounding more in line with President Bush than President Obama. So is this a signal that Clinton is frustrated with the president's foreign policy like she was during the campaign? Joining us right now with the Fair and Balanced debate, Stephen Kiernan is here. He's the author of Authentic Patriotism, Restoring America's Founding Ideals Through Progressive Action. Deneen Borelli's here, senior fellow with Project 2021 and Fox News contributor. And Carmen Segarra is here, deputy regional president of the Hispanic National Bar Association. First, Stephen, with you. Do you see some friction there?
I don't. I think you've seen consistent path, starting with the North Koreans sinking that South Korean ship back in March. Right, 46 people died, and we've seen continuing escalation. Secretary Clinton speaking with Defense Secretary Robert Gates when she's over there. I think this is a kind of consistent path. They've been moving on a harder line since March. That we'll see a culmination of the military exercises off South Korea next week.
But her stance seems a lot stauncher than President Obama's stance, Deneen.
What I think Hillary is doing, she's laying the groundwork for the 2012 election, and she's separating herself from the pack. I mean, if you think about it, she ran with she lost the election, we know that, and she's moving ahead now. You look at her team, Clinton. Clinton is making negative comments about Obama, Bill Clinton, and as well as James Carville complaining about the Gulf crisis. So you have them making comments as well.
That's the battering ram, and maybe Hillary Clinton's following up behind.
Bill Clinton, I think, is the placeholder. Hillary's going to move in after the midterm election, right, especially if the Democrats lose a lot of the seats.
You spotting the strategy, Carmen, or no?
I'm split. I think it's probably Hillary, but for 2016, not 2012.
But what you're looking at now, too, is Hillary Clinton trying to reinforce what President Bush actually laid down, where a torpedo took out a South Korean boat, and it's been months since we've had any type of concrete action, until the other day.
Look, I think that what you're seeing now is a natural escalation in the process. I mean, I think it's to be expected. Obama started by saying, let's start with dialogue. Hillary's his spokesperson. I find it hard to believe that Hillary would go out there and take a stronger stance.
But where does dialogue get us with North Korea and also with Iran?
And even in South Korea, they feel the same way as you, Deneen. What is this? What's new about this? How's this going to protect us? Right. Because the boat was just taken out for no apparent reason. Meanwhile, our panel sticks around for this question. The former president, now the favorite among Democrats, at President Obama's expense. We're talking about Bill Clinton. What does it mean that his popularity is above Barack Obama's? Welcome back. For the first time in Gallup polling history, President Clinton has eclipsed President Obama in popularity. 61% for Bill, just 52% for Barack Obama. We're back with our political panel to discuss what it means. And does it suggest that Bill Clinton will be a more effective surrogate in the midterms, Stephen, for other Democratic candidates?
Well, I think he's seeing a lot of the benefit that former presidents have, that you're not in the rough and tumble of everyday decision-making and the trading that goes on. But I think it's also a smaller version of kind of the President Carter model of being a very involved post-president, that with the Clinton initiative, and then even more so working with President Bush in Haiti, this sort of American idea of heroic leadership and volunteerism and philanthropy, that is something that people are really embracing, both from former presidents and across the culture.
But Deneen, here's the problem. You could send out Bill Clinton, but he might have a different pick than Barack Obama.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Bill Clinton is Obama is an ideologue. And so he's pushing his progressive agenda no matter what. He doesn't care what the American people think. Bill Clinton, on the other hand, he's a clear politician. He just wanted to be elected. He liked the power, and he liked the perks.
So they have a different approach, Carmen, and that's because maybe Bill Clinton even liked the polls too much. Oh, that's what the people want? That's what I'll give them, even if it leaves my democratic principles behind.
I don't know about that. I think, the polls reflect what we all know, which is, we remember the good and we forget the bad. Bill Clinton presided over a great time in American history. He left us with $1 trillion surplus. Bush left us with, $1 trillion in the hole. What I really find surprising, though, is that I think Obama's numbers at 52% are really high, considering how bad things are.
President Bush's deficits are like the good old days compared to what we got now. Let's take a look at a poll right now that shows maybe a disturbing trend for President Barack Obama. And you talk about favorability ratings. You got President Obama with 52, as we mentioned, Bill Clinton with 61. But in terms of Hillary, look at her. the favorability is 61% for the Secretary of State as opposed to 35% unfavorables. Man, have things changed, Stephen.
Well, one of the stunning things for me, looking behind the polling data, is that the percent of Republicans supporting Clinton is about twice as high as the percent of Republicans supporting Obama.
Yeah, and because the Republicans and some and independents will decide how well he'll do in the midterms and, of course, in re-election.
Which would be very interesting to watch. But I really think that she will most likely put her hat in the ring after the midterm elections, especially if a lot of the Democrats lose a lot of the seats.
But that would be unprecedented for our Secretary of State to run against the President of the United States.
It would be unprecedented, and I think it would be unexpected as well. I think the smarter thing for her to do is to look at 2016 and not 2012. The country's not in a place where she's going to be able to take it in a positive direction. So I think if she runs now, she'll be a one-termer. If she waits until 2016, she can probably be a two-termer.
She's got to quit soon if she's going to run against him.
Well,
she's got to create a gap there.
Club Clinton, you got Carville, Bill Clinton, and Hillary. They're all complaining about Obama, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it is interesting because I just talked to his wife yesterday. Stephen Kiernan, thanks so much. Sadine Borelli, thank you as well. And Carmen, always great.